Hello, darlings. Hello. I know I'm kind of surprising you, but I felt inspired and I wanted to check in with all of you. How you're doing? I know that last week we had a really powerful class. I know that you loved it. Thank you for your comments. It makes me so happy that you feel supported around this time. There's so much happening in the world. We're all in this together. There's so much going on for all of us. And I wanted to just simply come in here and check in, tell you a little bit about what's been going on my end. Also, some of the conversations I've been having with a lot of my clients. I just feel like this is a powerful time, for us to go deep as I continue to share this. And whoever is here, say hello. Yeah, I feel like I was talking to a friend the other day and we were talking about she's like, "Oh my gosh," like she was a little overwhelmed about all the news and everything that's happening and all the things that are happening in the world. And it's funny because I have three groups right now going on. I'm gonna lift the camera a little bit. I didn't realize that before. So you can see the amore. Yeah, so there's a couple of things happening right now. I have three groups going on, and it's really interesting because every time we have a call, we usually have weekly calls. I can just feel how like the energy is so high up. These women are putting their intention into everything that they're doing. They're following with the modules. We have modules and workbooks and all that stuff in all of my programs, because I know that that's what the good girl needs. She needs that structure, and that's kind of what I want to talk to you today about. This thing about the structure, this thing about the old structures that are coming down, the new structures. And this is so pertaining to the good girl, of course, to the woman, but the good girl, we need to remember that the good girl always needs structure. Hello, darlings. How are you? Oh, yay, I see the comments. Hi, Nadia. Welcome. So good to see you, darling. So, it's just in all of my groups, women are on a mission. They're getting ready. They're doing their work. They're taking this time to prepare, to connect with themselves, to dive deeper. This is a time to dive deeper. And so, it's interesting because I was talking to my friend who is not in one of my programs or who's not really doing this work. She is, but she is not like doing the work. She's kind of like doing her thing, but she's not in a coaching program per se, or in a program that it's keeping her or has a plan to stay connected, if you know what I mean. And so I feel like you notice the difference in the vibration and in the energy, right? Because she's worried. She has a cousin in Spain who her husband had the virus. So of course, right, like there's life, there's things that actually happen with people, that are happening for people. And we were talking and she's like, "Oh my God, like this is crazy." And again, she was overwhelmed in the time that we talked, and I love her dearly, and she's super amazing friend. And however, of course, she's going through that. And she was telling me like, "Oh my God, like this is happening. Can you believe it?" And I'm like, you know what? I know this sucks. And at the same time, I'm like, we're getting a taste, all of us right now, no matter our race, our financial situation, our color, I said that already, where we live, we're all getting at a worldwide level a little taste of what a lot of people in the world live every day. And I feel like part of the gift of this experience that we're going through, if you can say the gift, is that we're really getting to understand, just open our hearts to being even more compassionate. All of us myself included, sometimes can feel like, oh my God, like we get trapped into our little things in our little world. And of course, it is our little thing in our little world. There's nothing wrong with it. And it's not to be judged, but I feel like we're being invited to take it to the next level. If you know what I mean, like I'd love to hear if this resonates with you. Like take it to the next level. Some of us who are empaths, we already been feeling this our whole lives. But I also feel like this is awakening so much of, like, it's almost validating us, the empaths, but at the same time, it's also allowing others to really feel what it feels like, or even to witness. Hi, Nikki, welcome. So good to see you here. To witness what is happening, to expand our heart, to expand our capacity to love, our calling also. I feel like a lot of us, like, for example, like I want to share a little bit of what I've been up to, because I mean, I'm alone here. I'm on my own in this sort of like big studio apartment that I rented to stay a little longer in Buenos Aires so I could see my aunt, who yesterday was her 80th birthday, and I was supposed to stay for her birthday because I really felt like I wanted to see her. I mean, she's 80. I don't, who knows? And she wasn't doing that great with health. And so that was one of my main things of why I decided to stay. And then three days later is when everything went crazy, right? And anyway, so I ended up not being able to see her. I saw her, but not for her birthday. And but one of the things was like, what is important to us right now? What do we really value? I feel like our values are being shaken, just like the earth is shaking in many parts of the world. And I feel like this shaking of the earth is so much to do with the shaking of the structures and the shaking of the way that we've been doing this. I know I was going to say something else, but I missed it. So if you remember what I was saying, that would be amazing. Yes, I get it. Yes, Stephanie, I know. I remember, and when I was talking to a client the other day, one of my private clients, I was talking to her. I was kind of like saying, look, we're being called. This is already happening. This is not just like a horrible thing that's happening in the world. No, there's been little things that keep happening in the world, and the sole purpose of all this is to wake us up, right? Look at what happened in Notre Dame when the church, right, like Notre Dame got set on fire. I feel like it was just the old structure of the church is what burned down. Can you imagine the symbolism of that? The old structures are falling down. There's something that needs to change. I was hearing a video the other day, and it was saying how, like, do we have to get to this for government to help subsidize things? Do we have to get to this level for things to actually, for all of us even, to connect more with what we're here to do, instead of like, oh my God, I don't know if I look good on camera. I don't know if this is gonna make sense, myself included. It's crazy. And I wanted to tell you more about, I got back to what I wanted to say originally. The other day I signed up for a business coaching program, which I said I would never, ever do it. And in the worst time, when you would think that you want to keep your money and like not spend and be conservative because we don't know what's gonna happen, right? We talked about that last week on that money, like prosperity chapter that I read. I've invested a lot of money on this program, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I know I'm feeling like, we know this will pass, but the reason why I'm doing this is because I am preparing myself. I am preparing myself for what's coming, because I share this also. What's happening on the other side of this is going to be immense. And personally, I'm feeling called. It's not like I want to do it from here. I am feeling like this calling from the visceral part of me, my wow woman, what I call, I feel the calling for more. I feel the calling to be of service at a greater level. So right now, I want to prepare, and I already have my first intensive with this person, and I'm so excited. It's like things are so much clearer, because also this is a time where there's so many openings, there's so many like portals and vortexes, and there's so much assistance from the divine, from up there. There's so much that if we are right now, like the women in my power receiving program are completely like, they're working on becoming this channel, opening up. The women in my Wild Woman Immersion program, they're really digging deep into what's stopping them from going to the next level. And the women on the Wild Woman Unleashed program, which is the other program that I'm doing right now, they're taking it to the next level, and they're really tying so many pieces within their lives so they can fully go for what they know they're meant to go for. And this is the beauty of us being together right here, right now, that we are here in this community. Again, ladies, I am on my own, and yet I am choosing, like, I really want to, like, I want to be so, take such a stand for all of us right now. I wake up every morning, I do my yoga, I do my meditation, I do my rituals. I write on, like, set my intention for my day. I get dressed, put makeup on. This is something that makes me feel good. So you do your own version of what makes you feel good. I think I need to shut down my phone so that I have more internet. Hello everyone here. All right, okay. Awesome. Okay, so true. I hope our government works together. Yes, this is what's happening. I'm gonna put my glasses on. I'm scared of how things are going. Well, you know what? Trying to stay positive. Yes. What's coming? You reckon? Yes. Susan, I wanted to chat with you. I'll send you a message. I had an idea. Anyway, yeah, it's something really big, and I feel it. It's just like a calling, you know, and what I want you to feel is that you feel inspired. So when I do my rituals in the morning, and I've been meditating every night, like full on 20 minutes. I'm not sure if you knew that on the 4th of April, 2020 was a big portal opened up. It's 444. I really didn't talk much about it then. I think it was Sunday. I didn't really talk much about it because I really needed to like be with it and sit with it. I've been wanting to do this live for a couple of days now, but honestly, I know that right now it's almost like I need to be really strong so then I can share. I really know that I need to take care of myself. I'm going through a lot of shifts in my life. Of course, again, I'm here and I can't see anybody. And of course, it shakes me at times. I don't even read the news or see anything that's going. I get informed. I have my sources of information that help me filter, but I'm not myself involved in it because for who I know in my nature, I did my makeup today. Awesome. Yes. For me personally, like I know for my nature, it would be just too much and it won't be of service to anything. Like I share many times, I've been through so many different crises worldwide that I know this is gonna end. One of my clients actually posted this in my Woman Unleashed program. She was saying how in 2008, which was a huge economic crisis in the States, it was so like she was just a new mom, and she just put so much into she was busy with her newborn, and is a single mom, so she was just doing her thing. And she just realized the other day when we had a call, we had to talk about this. She's like, oh my gosh, I realized how even though in the midst of the craziness I was so self-absorbed in my child and being a new mom and being with all that I didn't lose my job, but I also didn't put the energy where it didn't need to go, because I knew that at that time I needed to put my energy with my baby. And so anyway, this is part of why it's so important for us to right now be so aligned with what we need to do and understand that the old structures are burning down. The old structures are going to be shifted, and the best that we can do is to now be open and flexible to this is the time for the feminine. What do I mean by this? Think about it. The feminine emotions, we're always like moving and shaking and shifting and changing our minds, and more than ever before, we need to be so fully connected with our feminine side, because without the structure, like without the structures, we cannot flow. That is the truth. So right now, at this time, also understanding that this structure piece needs to come down also within us. This is why it's so important to be fully supported at this time. This is the time to be supported. Okay? This is the time to also reach out for support, not to, meaning it is time to go within, but it's also time to be supported through it. Not try to do it alone and not really connect or get distracted easily, because that is something that the good girl really knows how to do. She, when things get a little muddy, you know, like the good girl doesn't like to get dirty, she runs away or she finds something else to do. So I want to invite you to really take yourself seriously at this time and prioritize yourself. I know it's really hard because there's so much need out there, but you know, if we're not being able to take care of ourselves, it's really hard to give, and it leads to depletion, feeling disappointed, resentful, abandoned. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. This is also a time to prepare. And again, this is part of why it's important for you to stick to something, find maybe a program that you haven't been able to follow through. You know how it is, we buy tons of programs and we don't follow through. So this is the time to do it. I'm actually opening a new Wild Woman immersion program. It's gonna be really small. So if you're feeling called to dive deeper into your Wild Woman journey, maybe this is the time. You can reach out to me and we can talk about it. There's so much right now that we are being called to do. So it's kind of like a fine line. I know that some women are feeling called to share and to share their gifts, but also if we don't have a strong foundation, it's actually not helpful to go out there and share and push your good girl, because you're going to trigger yourself. And I know what I'm saying might feel confusing and counterproductive, but I really invite you to feel me and to hear what I'm saying. Sometimes we want to help everybody else, but if we don't have a strong foundation within, then we end up feeling resentful. So this is a little bit of what was happening for me. I felt like I wanted to give you ladies so much. I want to be honest. I wanted to, like, oh my God, I know that this is the time for me to show up as a leader and show up and to help you, which I am. I am posting the mantras every day on this community, right? But at the same time, I felt like, no, I want to do videos. But another part of me felt like, because there's so many things shifting within me too, personally, in my personal life, I will get to share a little bit more about this with you once I go through my own process and I honor my own process. Then I can't, I know that if I don't take that time for me, I can't really serve you in the way I'm meant to. And also you won't receive the full benefits of me being able to share. So it's the battle between the good girl who thinks like, no, you should be doing this. This is the time. And then the guilt of if I say no because I know that it's not fully my time, or that day I'm not ready to do it, then we fight ourselves with our guilt. And so I'm bringing this up to you because I know that you might feel like you want to share so much with others, but I highly invite you and I highly recommend that this is the time to take care of yourself. And only, listen to this, only when you feel truly called to share something because you're really feeling it, not because you think you have to, very different energy, that's when you're meant to share it. Does that make sense? I want you to start also, this is so huge and so important. I want you to start tapping into the energy of desire, the impulse of desire, the impulse of your passion, that you really want to share something, that you feel like this is the time and that you know it would benefit, but that you're ready to do it. Not that you're doing it because others are doing it and you would be less if you don't, right? Or that you should be doing it because people are not gonna like you if you do. Stuff like this. I want you to start. This is all good girl energy. And remember that the good girl, it's trapped here, when in reality her true home is the heart. Because when we are connected with our heart, we know, we feel when the right time is to show up, to help, to support others. And also we get to understand what we need in the moment. And when we know what we need, because the good girl always looks at everybody else, so she has a hard time knowing what she needs. Then when we know what we need, then we can give it to ourselves and our cup is full, so we can give from a place of overflow, not from a place of emptiness, which leads to more emptiness, not solely for ourselves, but for others. Does that make sense? I want to hear your comments here. I do the same. I do my best to know what is necessary other than to stay away from this. Yes. Yes, cool. You call me babe. Yes. More, please. More. Me. I've been sitting under a tree for 3 days. See, exactly. No makeup. Cut my hair, barefoot, my pajamas, writing, whatever, right? So exactly, Susan, like this is whatever it is that we need to do. Stay safe, take care of ourselves, or of our loved ones, clearly. I mean, I'm going out to get groceries for my parents. I love you too, Nikki. To be here with you. Hi there, I'm afraid I'm not capable or crazy or strong enough for this shit, but it keeps calling me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yes, we are being called right now. We're being called to, yes, Pam, I hear you here. We're being called to, for more. We're being called to connect with ourselves, with our authentic self, with our truth at a deeper level. This is what's happening. This is all this shaking. And as a result, of course, we're going to feel that need to support others. But it needs to come from the inside out, not the outside in. The outside cannot be, if we don't have these built within us. And listen, our good girl, if she's not connected with her heart and she's here, she's gonna have a really hard time connecting with her truth. So that's why we need to come back to the heart. Whether you cut your hair and are barefoot under a tree, whether you are in your apartment and you find a new terrace like I did yesterday and go sunbathe. I mean, it was glorious. Like, listen, I was like, I'll show you where I am. I have my apartment here, and that terrace, that little balcony, has the sun in the morning. And yesterday I was here working, and I was like, the sun was just reflecting on the balconies because of the view. I have the other view, and I'm like, oh my God. And I just started to feel like my victim was like, well, why don't I get the sun and blah, blah, blah. And it was sunny out and beautiful. And I'm like, wait a minute. And at that moment, when I just like really listen, I'm like, I have a terrace up here. Long story short, I went up. The sun was just hitting perfectly. I brought my computer. There was Wi-Fi in the terrace. I continued to do my work in the sun. I was enjoying myself, and like no drama. I gave myself what I needed. In that opening, you know, like when I listened to what I really needed, I was able to get creative. And that idea came through, and it was super fun to share that. So whenever you find yourself that you're getting in your head like, oh my God, why me? Why is this happening? Just pause for a minute. Pause for a minute and connect. What do I need right now? What do I need? How can I? And you'll see that the ideas come in when we pause. When we step into our feminine, I call it, like be with ourselves, be with that emotion, and allow ourselves to feel what's happening instead of making ourselves wrong, instead of like, well, get over it, other people are suffering more. No, that doesn't help. We need to start being compassionate with ourselves first. We need to start being loving with ourselves first. So this thing about structures coming down, it's something that I'm really want to start tuning in with, understanding that yes, it's going to be chaotic, yes, it's going to be messy. This is all part of the shift. A transformation is messy. Any shift in our lives are messy. Think about a birth. I keep repeating this. I want you to really connect with it because it's true. It's true. Everything, the process of birth, of rebirth of something, it's always messy. And when we accept this instead of fighting it, we're going to go through it in a more graceful, peaceful way. Okay? Yes, so I just wanted to check in with you all. Thank you for your messages. Please let me know if you have any question. Biggest lesson I have learned during this is to be open to asking and receiving help. Yes, this is absolutely important. Hi Tammy, hi Marilla. It's huge, it's crucial right now to be fluid, to be flowing, to be flexible. This is all feminine energy, ladies. This is all part of the giving and receiving. This is all about being open and not shut down because we feel scared. Yes, of course, you're going to feel scared. Allow yourself to feel it and move through it. Move through it because it's not your truth. Find those things that bring you back to your alignment, to being in that high vibration, to giving yourself what you need. If you don't know, well, then this is a good time to start really getting to know what your go-tos for connecting. So I'm sending you every day here the mantras that keep our vibration high. So come here and read it. Be in this community. Post what you need. Ask for what you need. This is the time to ask. This is the time to open and receive. This is the time to give from a full place. Pam says, yes, I did not participate in a healing fest a couple of weeks ago. Now there is a second fest and I have said I can on the 26th of April, not yet. Yeah, exactly. So be mindful. Great, Pam. Thanks for that leadway. Be mindful of what you participate, where you put your energy and where you not put your energy. This is the time to also realize this. What serves you and what doesn't serve you. This is what I mean by going within, is to really explore what's best for you, what works best for you. I've been exploring that with workouts. I realized that I've been doing a lot of workouts and to move. I usually have a lot of energy. And, I realized too that I was missing a little bit of yoga, more of that yin energy, more of that connected. And I do like a little 20-minute routine, but I needed a little bit more of a yin, calming energy yoga because it also helps me balance. So also this is the time for balance. What is it within you? How can you come back to your own balance first? The world is chaotic right now. There is zero balance around us. So what keeps us in balance? This is also how we can contribute to this. Being at peace and at ease and balance within ourselves, and not to be on that go energy, worrying, being scared about something that we cannot control. This is the time for self-preservation. This is the time, and self-preservation doesn't mean that you're selfish. Self-preservation means that you are caring for yourself. When you are taken care of, you can serve others greatly and more powerfully. And whatever it is that you're meant to share, even if it's a word of hope, it turns into an elixir of love for others, because you're in such an aligned center place. Does that make sense? So I that this serves you. I really trust that you feel connected to this, that you really allow this time to be for you. And also when you feel it's time to tune in with others, to be of service. Again, even sometimes just a simple smile makes a huge difference in people's lives. Even a message of love. This is the time, like I was sharing the other day, to connect with our heart, to bring ourselves back to our heart, so then we can be more loving towards ourselves and others, because it's very easy to be shaken at this time. There's a huge storm around us, and these old structures that need to fall out, they're falling out within ourselves. So we need to replace it with structures that are healthy. That's why I'm saying this part of creating rituals in your day that support you. For me, starting my day with a meditation, with a simple yoga routine that activates my energy, writing on my journal, setting my intention, getting ready, getting decked up for my day, just again choosing who I'm going to be talking to, even Netflix. I'm watching a couple of things that I have that I wanted to watch that nourish me, not that like zone me out. Personally, that's what feeds me. So let's become mindful about it. Let's become aware and be present, instead of being all over the place and feeling like things are falling apart. Does that make sense? And tune in with that high vibration, which will also connect you with this piece of abundance. When we connect with our wild woman and are aligned, we are tuning in with the abundance of trusting that everything will be okay, that we are right now exactly where we need to be, and there's so much more waiting for us. That there's amazing, that once we pass this, there's going to be so many amazing gifts. Even right now, as we go through this already, look at, like, this is what the appreciation exercise that I do at night. Look at all the things that you have to appreciate in your day, and go to bed right before bed. Don't skip this. This is so powerful. Having this appreciation list at night, even if it's 5 things, it would change your life. It would change the way you see things. If you want to post it here in this community, do it for accountability. I have 2 women I was sharing on my other live that do that in my group. So do it and allow yourself this gift to connect with what you're meant to connect with, what serves you, and bring you and keep you in that vibration, in that state. All right, I don't want to make this too long. I usually do. You can see I'm all red from the sun yesterday. Enjoy as much as you can. Find ways to enjoy, to celebrate this time. And I know that there's a lot of people that are not having the best time, but the only thing you can do, honestly, right now, since mostly all of us are locked down, is to be happy. Be as happy as you can. Be as high vibration as you can, and have that energy of hope and trust that things are going to turn around for the better. All right? I'm sending you so much love. Questions, please share them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. Make sure to tag me. I look forward to connecting next time. It's my intention to keep us connected and updated, and I really trust that you're enjoying the mantras. We still have another 15 days to go, and it's super exciting. So keep your comments coming, keep your energy moving and shaking. Allow yourself to connect with yourself, with your body, with your emotions. This is the time. And please share with us here. Mwah! Sending you so much love.